Monsoon is the eighth contest of Better Photography Weekly Challenge. Our judge and mentor for this contest is Mr. Gurinder Osan. Mr. Gurinder Osan specializes in photojournalism, landscape, and social documentary photography. He has worked as frontline photographer for the Associated Press based in Delhi for 10 years. His work took him from war zones to cricket stadiums, natural calamities to nuanced human interest stories that he has witnessed and photographed. Between 2012 to 2017, he has also worked as a national photo editor at Hindustan Times. His work has been published by many prominent foreign magazines as well as UNICEF. Presently, he works as the photo editor for the Press Trust of India, heading and mentoring a pan-India team of many talented. Hello and welcome. How have you been?
Hi, Nilofer. All good.
So, could you tell us what you think about when you say the theme chasing the monsoon? What is your idea?
I think first I want to emphasize on how big this event is. Before the monsoon comes, we are all gearing. Okay, monsoon is about to come. The news reports are full of it. It has reached Lakshadweep. It has reached Kerala coast finally. It's going to be in Delhi in a month's time or whatever. There's so much excitement, and there is valid reason for it. It's literally the breath of India. The monsoon is literally the breath of India. It brings in these water-laden clouds that kind of nourish all our fields, our water bodies get recharged, our groundwater finally fills up, the Himalayas are blessed and they bless us in return through all the river channels, and even the ghats in western eastern both ghats are really like they bring in all the water as well as the nutrients. The farmers love flooding because it leaves the deposit of nutrients. So it's such an amazing life-giving force that we in this part of the world enjoy, and and it's also it's inspired us so much in every kind of genre of the arts. I mean, we are right now talking about photography, but it has an equal impact on everything, including literature, music. There is cinema, and you name it. There's miniature painting art that depicts the monsoon, or there will be this Bollywood movies based on, like, there's a whole movie called Barsat, for example. And also, how when we depict rain, somehow it's associated with generally with a certain positivity, because that's because it is kind of, it's the, like I said, it's a breath of India. It's like the life giver or the life force that rejuvenates us. And I mean, in North India we have it. Most of India we have it during these months. In South India it comes in a little later around winters, but it does enter to the different wind pattern. But it's amazing how we are so generously blessed by Indra Devta in this case, and the rain god, and we like it really like helps us so much in every which way, mentally as well as really the physical sense. So you asked me about chasing the monsoon. So when I'm saying chase, that this, it is literally like, if you look at the way it comes in as a wave. You see these graphs also that depict, okay, it's reached till here, okay, it's reached till here, now it's moving further, or it's moving more from this side, not moving so much from this side. So like we completely track it, because it's as it goes, it changes the landscape. It changes everything that it comes in its path. Everybody, there's happiness as it showers along. It's not a wave of the monsoon, it's a wave of the happiness index that it brings in. It does bring sorrow. I will not, let's not negate that. There is some degree of bane to the boon also. And yeah, I mean, it does cause flooding and it does cause damage. People who do not have an option are kind of stuck on the wrong end of things. But, and there is disease and other things that do happen. So let me not negate that. But overall, in the bigger picture, I think it is a far better, bigger force of, that just, it's more than a chase. It's a showering of blessings as it comes in. Yeah.
So, could you show us some of your work that you've done?
Yeah, I'm starting with my landscape work mainly, because somehow I think I've, yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can.
Cool. This image is not in India. It's in fact it's in Sri Lanka, and I just love the way the sea wave is so joyfully crashing in into the shore, and it's almost those are pre-monsoon clouds building up in the skies, and it's like nearly monsoon. So uh, I would can say safely that it's almost monsoon or monsoon, and it's not just the sky that is dancing, even the water is dancing. And actually even I'm dancing because I'm standing almost in that wave that comes crashing in, and it's so amazing to experience this. So water always brings joy. You see water in any form, waterfall, or even a bath, or a shower, or a tub, or a swimming pool, or even a canal where people just jump into a water. The water always gives joy somehow, and it's that's the amazing thing. We are because there is water. Planet Earth exists because it's a blue planet because of the water that we have. So that's it. It is the life force that rejuvenates us. Next frame. See, these are in Munnar. I had gone with my friend Ruben, and we were sitting a little. It was raining, so we were a little slunky. But then it started clearing up a bit, and we realized that it was beautiful outside in the sense of light and everything. And we just ran out in the car and flew as further away we could, and then stopped at this open field, which was having some minor degree of rain also happening. And we just, it was twilight, so but still I used a flash here, and there was in a way it was very breezy, and in a way I also kind of was dancing with my camera with the breeze as it came. So I've done these slight fans with a flash filling in, just to it's almost like I'm reacting to the patterns that are as they're unfolding before me. So these are some pictures from that series. These are all in Munnar. I love shooting wild grass because it is so wild, and it's so it's natural. Like you seldom find me shooting a garden, for example. I love wilderness. I love to be outdoors. From that same visit, this is a different time that we were stepped out, but on the same trip, Munnar again.
I was saying even the greens are so beautiful, like they're so vivid here.
Yeah, it's see how like I said, it's a wave of joy. Monsoon is like a wave of joy, and the plants are also celebrating that. They say Earth is 75% trees, so they are actually the largest in terms of numbers as a organism on Earth. And so it's there's so much green. 75% of the plant living life on the Earth is green. So this is in a way reflection of that also. It just it's not just the color green. It's also the light. It's filtering through the clouds. It's like a giant softbox, so to speak. The sky is like a giant softbox, and it's not just a softbox that is flat. There may be a patch of light, a little more light from the right, or rather in this case east or west, and so it's like God has got this huge softbox, and he's putting cutters here and there, maybe a little milder cutter here and a bigger cutter there. So you just get like a very theatrical, but a very soft light that plays up whatever is in front of you, whether it's a landscape or even if it is portraits that we're shooting in the monsoon light. It's just very dramatic. It's like I said, it's like almost theatrical. So yeah, that happens. It's a wonderful light. Also, you see, like right now, the light on my face is very harsh. It's causing a kind of sharp shadows, so to speak. It's going to get dappled, so don't worry, it will change in a while. But when it rains, when there's a cloud or when there's fog or there's cloud mist or any other such factor, the light refracts through all of that. And even if it is dusty, so light refracts, and hence it just changes the quality of the light. So monsoon gives us that amazing variety, almost like if it is cloudy and raining, it's almost by the hour that the light is dramatically changing. And also during sunrise, sunset, and through the day, even at night, if you're shooting outdoors, you get cloud movement. You can take long exposures with the cloud movement. There is when you shoot the moon through the clouds, and a lot of cinema has depicted that the moon peeping through the clouds, and because it's so fluid and it's so dynamic, because it's otherwise normal Indian sky is pretty flat. We have blue sky or gray sky, but when the clouds come in, it just changes everything. It just makes it so much more fun to look at, and hence visually capture also. Again, the clouds moving in, and the outside trees are dancing to the clouds. This is actually a pano. I was on a moving boat. This is in Kerala again, but the backwaters, of course. And but this cloud was so amazingly so huge, and there was no way I could have captured. I think I had a 25 mm lens, cloud size, and I didn't know what to do, and I just made it vertical to get a pano so that at least you can capture the grandeur of what you're witnessing. So there was no other way to do it actually. So thankfully the stitch happened neat in the sense that I didn't lose much of the overlapping, though it was, like I said, a moving board. But I like this image also for its, this near monochromatic. It's a color shot, by the way, but it's nearly monochromatic. Like I said, the light changes so much and so fast when the monsoon clouds roll in. And like I said, it's giver of life here. This is in Himachal in Sangla Valley, and how the entire water system, rejuvenates. So the water that the Himalayas are gathering, they say that the Himalayas are the locks of Shiva, Lord Shiva. And as they gather, the Ganga is slowly flowing, and he's like letting it, he's making it gentler as it flows down. So it's in a way, it's making it sort of, it's not slamming us with the rainwater. It's coming to us gently and when we need it. So and that is true. Our civilizations have existed since forever, thanks to these river systems being constantly recharged by the water that the monsoon brings in. And here again, like you said, the green is so green and so happy to be to be receiving that water. This is in a lotus pond. It was in a place that we had done a workshop in on monsoon photography, and luckily there was this lotus pond which had like tadpoles all under it also. Like, it was pretty alive, it was pretty wild by itself. This is in a beautiful place called Anand Gram's it's just not coming, it'll come later. So anyways, we used to have our workshops here, and a lot of workshops we had there, but sadly could not continue it. The last one we had was in 2011. This shot was around that time only. It's again, like I said, the nature of the light changes, and how it, even when you shoot a micro, it just is a different kind of micro, because it's almost like a studio shot because of the way the light has fallen. There's so much more control that it allows you, the monsoon light. This is in Sangla, in Kinnaur, and in a place called Kalpa. And why I'm showing this picture is that, I wish I could make you smell those flowers also. So when you visit these semi-arid regions of the Himalayas, especially the highlands of the Himalayas, because they are generally pretty dry and cold. So when the rain does come in, it's like the desert receiving, it's a very short window of water, and everything just booms to life. There's, like I said, it's boom and bloom. It's amazing how it just, and it's so aromatic. It's medicinal in its this thing. So I wish I could have captured that also. And I'm expecting that the participants manage to do that in their pictures, that I should be able to smell the monsoon in those pictures when they are giving those for the entries also. I should be able to not just smell it, I should be able to, feel the water on me. I should be able to almost taste the raindrops in my mouth or whatever. Let's get all the senses involved as much as we can. So here it was the aroma that was overwhelming. And it's a shot that I've taken from down up, and it's a happy situation. It's like boom, 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 all the flowers there, because it's only like 2 or 3 months of what we can call summer in these very, very cold places. So it's just that even the plants know that here is our window of opportunity, and they do the best. They make the best of it, and they kind of get completely active on becoming green, getting the seeds done, distributing the seeds, and boom, then it is winter, and it all kind of slows down.